Hello and welcome to the Chanda Academy. In today's video we are going to solve this trigonometric exercise. We are given an angle x with the information that this is an acute angle. That means that this is theta, the angle is between 0 and pi over 2, and that cosinus of theta is equal to 2/3. Then, with those two information, we want to find first the value of the sinus of theta, and then the value of the cotangent and the tangent of theta. First, if you want to graph theta into the trigonometric circle, so here with the 0, we see that theta is between 0 and pi over 2. With a cosinus of 2/3, so maybe theta is around here. But what we want to know is theta is on this quadrant, and so the sinus of theta will be on the positive side as well. Now, what do we know of the relation between the sinus and the cosinus? We know that sinus squared of theta is equal plus cosinus squared of theta is equal to 1. This is the fundamental relation of trigonometry. And this is equivalent, of course, to sinus squared of theta is equal to 1 minus cosinus squared of theta. Let's replace the values. We've got 1 minus 2/3 squared, because cosinus of theta is equal to 2 squared. To 2 over 3. This is equal to 1 minus 4 over 9, and this is equal to 9 over 9 minus 4 over 9, which is, of course, equal to 5 over 9. We know that sinus squared of theta is equal to 5 over 9. Now, we want to find sinus of theta. But if we do square root of sinus squared of theta, you know that we have the absolute value of the sinus. But what do we know? We know that the sinus of theta is positive because it is on this side, on this quadrant, because theta is an acute angle. And so we know that the sinus of theta is greater or equal to 0. And that implies that sinus of theta is equal to plus the square root of sinus squared of theta. And this is equal to square root of 5 over 9. If we distribute the square root, we've got square root of 5 over square root of 9. And this is equal to square root of 5 over 3. And we have our answer. Little a, sinus of theta is equal to square root of 5 over 3. Now we want to find, little b, what is the value of the cotangent of theta. Let's remind that the cotangent of theta is equal to the cosinus of theta over the sinus of theta. And we know both. The cotangent of theta would be equal to the cosinus 2 over 3 divided by the sinus, square root of 5 over 3. And this is equal to 2 over 3 times the inverse of 5, square root of 5 over 3, so 3 over square root of 5. We can simplify the 3 together, and we are left with little b. Cotangent of theta is equal to 2 over square root of 5. And finally, we want to find little c is equal to the tangent of theta, which is equal to the sinus of theta over the cosinus of theta. And we see that this is 1 over cosinus of theta over sinus of theta. And this thing here is equal to the cotan of theta. And we know that we just proved that tangent of theta is equal to 1 over cotan of theta. And we know the value of cotan of theta. We conclude by saying that this is equal to square root of 5 over 2. Letter C, tan of theta is equal to square root of 5 over 2. And we have solved our whole exercise. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon. Bye.